When a dog picks up the dumbbell or the glove, we want them to spin in a tight circle and immediately look for our face or our focal point, which could be for a small dog between the legs, and come running back immediately. So to teach that, I start with visible food that they can see on that surface. Normally on this blacktop, I would use string cheese, but I didn't have any, so I am using Zesty's favorite treat in the whole entire world, which is clearly very healthy for him, and they're cheese balls.
Get it. Zest.
So notice how I run after him and I put the second treat right under his nose so that he immediately spins around. I bring the treat up to my face, and as soon as he's looking at my face, I say yes, and I give him that treat. And he chomps on it.
Get it. Zest.
So I'm right there. With puppies, I'll literally put the cookie on their nose and lure them around.
Yeah.
So I want him to turn and look at my face. The second he looks at my face, yes, and then he gets the next piece of cookie. Or the next, piece of cookie.
Get it. Zest. Yes.
So after a bunch of sessions where I put the cookie right under their nose, and I can feel them swinging their head around, I start to add just a tiny bit of distance. And again, I want him to look right up at my face. If he didn't, I just go back to luring him with the cookie. All right. So I'm going to send him.
Z, yes.
And he's going to look right up at me. And that's when I mark and give him the cookie. I'm just hanging on to his collar because this is the piece I care about, not this. So rather than tell him to wait and all that, I just hold his collar. He doesn't normally pull that hard, but these are clearly the best things in the whole wide world.
Yes.
So I'm calling him as he's going to get the food.
Z, yes.
So that as he's eating the food, or picking it up, he's already thinking about coming back to me.
Yes.
And looking up. So now I added just a tiny bit of distance. He crunches.
Got it. Z, yes.
All right, and so now I'm adding a little bit of distance. Again, this doesn't all happen in one session. This happens over time.
Z, yes.
But you can see he spins around, comes back on the same line that he left on, and he picks his head up and he looks for my face. Once the dog's doing that reliably and at a pretty decent distance, I go back to a short distance, and you can do this with the dumbbell or the glove. So I do a short toss, but I'm going to do the same thing as he's going to get it. I'm going to start calling him.
Yeah.
And he's going to turn and look right for my face. That's hilarious. And as soon as he sees my face, yes, I toss him a treat. That went a little too far.
Yeah.
So that's why I moved in close. So as soon as he picks it up, he looks at me, right? I don't want, if you add distance too soon, they drop their head, they look down. I want him looking for me the second he turns around. Chomp, chomp, chomp. Chomp, chomp.
Get it. Zest. Yes.
Good boy. So he's picking it up and looking right at me. And then over time, I just add more and more distance. And then if my dog makes a mistake, let's say I did a full distance retrieve and my dog kind of looked around, I would just interrupt that, do a couple short tosses with this game to remind him, remember, you're supposed to pick it up, spin around and look at me, and then on the redo, they do it correctly.
Zest. Yes.
So you can see he picks it up, he spins right around, looks immediately for my face, watches my face the entire time he's coming in. Good job, buddy. He says, I like eating all those healthy cheese balls.